Hey guys, so today I'll be vlogging the experience at Auschwitz and Birkenau concentration camp here in Poland. I want to make sure you understand that this video is strictly for educational purposes. I believe this is something that can't be forgotten, and many people don't know about what happened in these places or the severity of it. So please take a look at the video. Take a moment to take in all the information, and may these victims rest in peace. I hope you enjoy and you can learn something out of this. Thank you. Auschwitz is a notorious Nazi death camp composed of over 48 sub-camps where over 1.1 million Jews and other minority groups from all over Europe perished. The gates read Arbeit macht frei, which means work sets you free. Viewers' discretion is advised. Many Jews and other European minorities perished at Auschwitz and other concentration camps around Europe. On this wall, many prisoners who tried to escape or misbehaved were executed. Here we can observe the area where Nazis forced orchestras to play for new coming prisoners. Auschwitz I, the main camp, was composed of many different blocks, each serving a different purpose. The only form of survival was if the prisoners can endure the harsh and hostile work conditions, slave labor, they were put under. Many times they would have to work 14 hours a day under severe weather with only a piece of bread and half a liter of water. Auschwitz I was just the beginning. In October 1941, Auschwitz Bierkenau, located only 3 kilometers away, was beginning to be built, along with another 50 sub-camps that surrounded the area. Block 4 was known as the extermination block. Here we can observe a map of where Jews and minorities from all over Europe came from. Oftentimes, a trip from Greece would take 10 days and 10 nights by train, many times without food or water. Many perished on the journey. We observe a quote from the Director of Justice of the Third Reich that states, "We must free the German nation of Poles, Russians, Jews, and Gypsies. All types of propaganda such as this one were spread throughout Europe to create hate towards these minority groups. This one states, Jews are the race that must be totally exterminated. Here lie some of the ashes of the victims from the gas chambers. This is an image from one of the Hungarian deportations. The victims have no idea that they were headed straight for the gas chambers. Over the course of the next 3 years, deportations from all over Europe ended at Auschwitz, which mainly served as a concentration camp, but eventually became the mass grave of the greatest human genocide in history. This is a selection platform at Auschwitz Birkenau, which opened its gates of death in 1942. Here, Dr. Mengele and other SS officials chose between life or death for the prisoners. Behind this door lie the hair of the victims at Auschwitz. Their hair was chopped off as a form of dehumanization. Out of respect for the victims, no videos or pictures were allowed. This is a 3D model of the gas chambers at Auschwitz Birkenau. They can hold anywhere from 600 to 800 people. The process lasted only 1 hour. The prisoners were gassed with Zyklon B, a chemical produced by the German factory IG Farben, located only a few kilometers away from the camp. In Block 5 lie some of the articles and possessions of the prisoners, including glasses, shoes, prosthetic legs, and suitcases. This is where the infamous roll call would take place in the morning and at night. Sometimes it would last up to 3 or 4 hours until all prisoners were accounted for, or until the Nazis deemed it was time for work or for sleep. In the beginning phase of the camp, prisoners slept on straw mattresses on the floor, often crammed in large groups. Here are some of the victims who perished at Auschwitz. Each picture of a prisoner states the date they arrived at Auschwitz and the day they perished. Here is a father and his 2 children, who all perished at Auschwitz. Since photographs were very expensive in those times, the Nazis chose to tattoo the prisoners. This proved to be more effective, especially in cases of an escape. They can easily be identified. Block 11 was known as the torture block. Here the SS would interrogate, torture, and murder prisoners who attempted to escape or were deemed suspicious of organizing escapes. This is a model of the cellar of Block 11. times prisoners were hanged here, and other prisoners were forced to watch. Just a few meters away from the gas chambers was Rudolf Hess's house, the commandant at Auschwitz, where he lived with his wife. After the war, some SS officers were tried in the Nuremberg trials and then later hanged here for their atrocities. This is the entrance of the gas chambers at Auschwitz I, located at the back of the camp. Many victims were crammed in here and died within 20 to 30 minutes. Zyklon B was poured down the holes pictured above. After being gassed, the Sando Commando took them into this room, into the crematorium, and burned their remains. Auschwitz was a devastating place designed for mass murder of minorities and Jews around Europe. History should always be remembered, because those who don't remember it are condemned
to live it again.